Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Yatos, and welcome to whatever the fuck this is. So, this is a series of videos I was inspired to do after some of you were quite confused about my characters. I tend to remain tight-lipped about my OCs because I'm rather self-conscious about them. I enjoy speaking about my OCs, but I know that some stuff about them is constantly changing. So I don't want to feed you guys some inaccurate information. But I decided it was finally time to speak about them in proper. So to make this easier on you all, I'm making a series of videos on each and every one of my characters where I list their basic info. I don't know how often these videos will come out, however, I'm hoping to post them every once in a while. So to explain the structure of this video, I'll be giving basic information on the first character as well as part of her backstory. I'll also be speaking about her role in the story, and later on I'll be answering some questions you left on the Ask bubble over on Instagram. Anyhow, let's get into the meat of this video. So this girl that I'm drawing right here, her full name is MARIXA. She is 19 years old. She is a Nephilim, which I'll explain in a bit more detail. Basically, she's the daughter of an angel and a demon. She is 6 feet and 4 inches tall, and she is an introvert. She has closed off due to some past trauma as a soldier and in her personal life, leading her to become more detached from the rest of society. Mari is probably one of my oldest characters. I first came up with the concept for her a few years ago, back when I was living through a tough spot in my life, and I used her and her story as a bit of a coping mechanism for what was going on around me. She's basically been part of this artistic and creative journey ever since, and I am incredibly fond of this character, and I just love her so much. So, to explain this character and her story, I first need to establish some stuff surrounding the lore behind this character's world. So the world that this character lives in is called Genesis, in which the mystical, the magical is a common. Basically, gods, angels, demons, and humans coexist in this universe. So in this universe, angels live in a continent in the sky called Paradiso, and demons live in a territory deep within the earth called Inferno. To clarify, Paradiso and Inferno are simply the homes of angels and demons and are not the afterlife. So there are some ways for humans to reincarnate as either an angel or a demon. It requires a very lengthy process and a set of rules that the human must follow. Paradiso is ruled by the Reina, who is an elected autocrat alongside the Archangelic Council, some of the highest ranking officials in Paradiso who serve as her advisors. And Inferno is ruled by literal devil and her own ministers. Yeah, Lucifer is the woman in this. So angels and demons do not get along at all because of complicated issues, but basically angels hate demons and vice versa, and they've always been at war since time immemorial. During at one point in the war, an angel and a demon fall in love and desert their homelands together. The product of their love being, of course, our girl Mari. At some point, Paradiso finds out about the couple and their Nephilim daughter. The angels start to freak out because, oh shit, they had a daughter together, what the fuck do we do? So eventually the Paradisiac Reina, Lilith, decides to show mercy to the couple in exchange of lending their efforts to the war. So ever since then, Mari lives in Paradiso alongside her mother. Reasons I shall not get into, her dad is no longer in the picture, so she and her mom have to fend for themselves. That's why Mari joined the military and became a crusader of state. So how the system works in this universe is that angels and demons are born with a sort of sign. Angels are born with virtues and demons are born with sins. Because Mari is a Nephilim and is a hybrid of demon and angel, she was born with a sin and a virtue. The sins and virtues of this universe are based on the 7 deadly sins and the 7 heavenly virtues. Mari has a sin of wrath as well as a virtue of patience. An interesting combination to say the least. Mari is more in control of her virtue powers anyways, since she's a pretty calm and reserved person. So much so that she has closed off to her own mother. But as long as you don't piss her off, you're alright and she'll just stay in her own lane. To force her to open up, she slowly becomes more approachable and you could even say friendly. Part of the reason why Mari has closed off is because of some recent events that have left her pretty scarred. On a rather mundane day in Paradiso, MARIXA was doing her shift with a close friend when they find out that the Infernal Empire has infiltrated the heavens. Mari is quickly set with her crew to snuff out the attack. On the way, she finds out that her mother, Clarissa, was attacked by the enemy invaders and was left in a bad shape. Mari quickly rushes towards her mother to get her out of the scene, whilst her best friend covered for MARIXA and Clarissa to flee. Clarissa insisted for her daughter to leave her behind, but Mari was not about to lose her mother. Mari quickly gets her mother to a healer and goes back to the fray, only to find most of her team was decimated, including her best friend. Enraged, MARIXA allowed her wrath to consume her, thus allowing for her sin to fully manifest for the first time in forever. She slowly made it through the demon horde single-handedly, killing every single one of them in cold blood, including their leader. Thus, she earned the name Deadman Crusader, as it seemed her soul had left her body in that instant. Reina Lilith ends up discovering the incident and realizes the power of MARIXA's sin. A few weeks pass and MARIXA has an audience with the Reina and the Archangelic Council. A group of ascended angels has a divide as to what should be done with the Nephilim. Some believed she was too dangerous to be kept unsupervised, and some believed that her powers could potentially become useful and the end to the war. In the end, Lilith decided that MARIXA would be sent to the surface, where she would remain until she had fully mastered her demon abilities. With this new mission, MARIXA takes her leave and ventures throughout the surface in search of the way to fully control her abilities. She doesn't really care all that much for helping Paradiso with the war. If anything, she's more indifferent about the Reina and Paradiso as a whole. Yet she still wants to learn more about herself and as to why she is the way she is. Along the way, she meets Bethamir, a cautious thief, and his twin sister Ava, a chaotic mage, a pair of twins who want to discover more about their past as well. And even further down the line, MARIXA's mother, Clarissa, joins to help her daughter in her path of self-discovery. I hope that my girl seemed interesting. I hope that you guys enjoyed listening about her backstory as much as I enjoy writing about her. Again, Mari holds a very special place in my heart. If any of you have any more doubts, please let me know, and I will gladly answer your questions in the comments. Now, speaking of questions, it's time to answer the questions you peeps left over on my Instagram stories. I answered these questions over on my stories already, but just in case, let's answer these once again. If you peeps don't understand something about her character once again, please don't hesitate to ask me over in the comments. Now on to your questions. What was your inspiration to create the character in the first place? As I previously stated before, it was because of some dark events that were happening around my country. I don't want to get too much into it, but basically, you know, after Hurricane Maria, I kind of needed a way to cope with everything that was going on around in Puerto Rico, so I just focused on writing. What is her favorite food? Who cooks for her? Does she eat royally? Actually, her favorite food is cinnamon rolls. She really enjoys the sweet and spicy flavors. So yeah, cinnamon rolls, really anything that has cinnamon, she'll probably enjoy. As for who cooks for her, it's more often than not her mom. She still lives with her mom, as I said before. So yeah, does she eat royally? Technically not. She's like a middle class in Paradiso standards, so she eats pretty normally, I'd say. What's her favorite fetish? Moving on. Has anyone died in her hand or in front of her of great importance? Ooh boy, I think that I already explained that in her backstory, but yeah, she has lost a lot of people because of the war. If she had a voice actor to portray her, who would it be? Like voice actor that I really think that would suit her voice would probably be Kira Buckland. Because of her more like mature voice. I see Mari kind of like sounding a little bit like 2B. But I also think that if she was speaking Spanish, I don't know why I associate her voice sounding a little bit like the actress that plays Tokyo. Yeah, I see her sounding a little bit like Tokyo. So yeah, basically Kira Buckland and the actress that plays Tokyo. What is something that has always stayed consistent with her design? Seeing that she's an oldie lol. Ironically enough, Mari is the character who has changed the least when it comes to her design. Only some key aspects have changed. Like for example, her uniform has gone through 3 stages to the final one that you're seeing on screen. But the 3 main things that have always stayed the same about Mari have been her halo, her horn, and her red eyes. Oh, and 4th thing, her, brown hair. So editing Yatos here, I'm just going to answer some questions that were left behind in last night's recording because I kind of forgot. I'm a little bit of a dumbass. So yeah, let's get to the final 2 questions. So far we know about her angelic and demon powers, however, what exactly are those? So basically how angelic and demonic powers work is that again they are tied to the sins and virtues. So for Mari, for example, she has a virtue of patience. Now most angels in general have the ability to fly, but patience angels usually have stronger wings, as well as the fact that they also have the ability to use light in their attacks, and they're more air-based. With the Sin of Wrath, it's a little bit more fire-based, and it's a little bit more, she still doesn't know too much about her wrath powers, to be honest. So I think that I'll keep those secret for now. Also, the same person asked, how old is she and when is her birthday? She is actually 19 years old, and she was born on December 15th, which makes her a Sagittarius. So yeah, those were the final 2 questions. Those were the true final 2 questions. So now I can finally take a break from recording this audio and I can finally focus on finishing the editing for this video, because oh my god. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed listening about my girl as much as I like writing about her. If you have any more questions about her after watching this video, please make sure to ask down below on the comments. Please let me know if you'd like to see more of these videos. And yeah, until next time, see you later guys. I hope you stay safe. Later.